We're officially bringing the August 12th, 2025 planning meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your interest in what goes on here in the city. Terry, can I ask you to start with our invocation?
Sure.
Very good.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given us and for the life you've breathed into us. We pray that what we do here tonight will be good for our little city. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Terry.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Terry.
I made it. Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, very good. Actually,
Pay your fine
you know
on the
what?
way out.
As long as you're in before the roll call, we're legal.
You're good.
All right,
So
good deal.
go ahead and Madam Clerk, can I ask you to conduct a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Mr. Hall is absent. Mr. Merritt?
Here.
Ms. Powering? Here. Mr. Stryker?
Here.
And Chairman Regan.
Yes, here. Thank you very much. Okay, and has everybody gotten an opportunity to review now? We did not have a meeting in June or July, simply did not have any developments come before us, so the last minutes would have been for the May meeting. Has everybody gotten a chance to review them and either approve or recommend any changes?
Make a motion, we accept the
All right,
minutes.
can I get a second, please?
I'll second.
Okay, can I get a vote, please?
Perfect. Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
Ms. Powering?
Yes.
Mr. Stryker?
Yes.
And Chairman Regan.
Yes, and thank you. These are nice and concise minutes, and I really like the way you're writing them up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your interest in what we do here in the city. We have just one more administrative thing to do, and then we'll actually go on to the point now where if there's anybody in the audience today that would like to bring something before the planning commissioners that's not on the agenda, please come to the podium. If not, we'll go ahead and we'll get started then. Okay, today we,
I guess
sure.
because I'm not sure if it's on the agenda.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to combine a parcel.
Would you go ahead and say your name
Oh,
so that
okay.
the clerk can capture it?
Sure,
And-
Felicia
and
Lucas.
Yes, you are.
You're
Yeah,
on
it's
here,
on
Ms.
it.
Lucas.
I am? Okay.
Outstanding, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think you're item number 2. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, well, with that said, we'll just go ahead and we'll get going. The first one is for an application for a parcel split. I know you're stepping in for Mr. Barron, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Is that because Mr. Barron doesn't own the property as of yet?
Actually, we purchased it on the 31st of July.
You did, okay.
So
Would
it
you
is
come to
actually
the podium and state your name? And this is application for a parcel split. And your name, sir?
Sure, my name is Aaron White,
Mr. White?
and I'm with Solara Land Holdings.
Mr. White, would you mind giving the commissioners just sort of a brief summary of what you're wanting to do here?
Sure.
Thank you.
So we purchased the parcel at 807 North 9th Street. And we are basically just wanting to take that parcel and subdivide it into 2 parcels so we can build 2 new construction homes on those parcels.
Very good. And Mr. White, both of them would face 9th Street, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it looks like you've got about, right now, just shy of half of an acre. Is that right? Like 0.482 acres is what we're seeing?
Yes, sir.
So you'd divide them into 2 at about 10,500 square feet roughly?
Yes, sir.
They'd be equal
They're equal, yeah.
in size? Okay, very good.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be 75 wide each.
Okay, 75 by like 100 by about 140 long, is that right?
Yes, sir.
I think that leaves you with 10,500 square feet. And in the city of Parker, that's perfectly legal. The density law here state, and this is a single-family low density, single family?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Density laws here do say that you can put as many as 5 properties per acre. So that works out to about 8,200 square feet, 8,400 square feet, something like that. You're well over that at 10,500. Commissioners, any questions here for Mr. White?
I went by and looked at it. It looks like a good split to me.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
show you kind of
Would
what
it
we're,
fit,
what we're
oh,
looking
yeah.
at building there. It's a
Yeah.
3-2, 1-car garage.
Very nice.
So very nice home.
Very nice. Well, today is really just about doing the land division. Our clerk in the city of Parker has the full authority and power to take a minor development and approve it.
Okay.
So when you've got those plans ready, you'll bring them into Kevin Boyd and also to Ingrid. Ingrid is our city clerk, and
Perfect.
minor developments do not go through planning, and they do not even have to go before the council.
Okay.
They get approved right here at the office.
Perfect. Awesome.
So if there are no questions, what I'll do is I'll ask for, John, any questions on your part?
No, sir, no
Okay,
questions.
very good. Looks like just as a summary, it looks like it's a parcel right now that's just a shy of half of an acre. Right now, just a hair over 21,000 square feet. Each divided property in lot 11 and 12 would then be 10,500, well above the minimum lot size, as well as the density ruling. So what I'll do is, if you're okay with it, I'll ask for a motion to approve the split, and then I'll look for a second.
I'll make a motion to approve the split.
Okay, very good. Very good. Do I get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, very good. Can I get a vote, please?
Absolutely.
Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
Ms. Powering?
Yes.
Mr. Striker?
Yes.
Chairman Riga?
Yes. And Mr. White, thanks for improving the city. We sure do appreciate it. Remember, when you get your plans together, Ingrid and Kevin Boyd, Ingrid is our city clerk.
Okay.
Okay, and then Kevin is our planner. All of that's done. Being a minor development, will go through them. It's
Perfect.
not a
Awesome.
subdivision. It's not a
Thank
major
y'all.
development.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming to
Have a
town. Thanks again. All right, second on the agenda is Mr. and Mrs. Lucas. This is for a parcel combination.
That's correct.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
And that's on Lakewood and Terry Lanes, is that right?
That is correct.
Very good. And would you mind just kind of giving us a summary about what you want to do?
Okay, what we're wanting to do is, we own both the property on Terry Lane and then the property on Lakewood, which is directly behind us.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we wanted to combine the two properties.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got a sick mother, and of course, you know, we just need to kind of get her all in one.
I get you. So are you thinking of putting another dwelling on that parcel out there, or on that other parcel?
Not, maybe, yes, eventually.
Okay,
Yes.
so I wanna, our job here
Okay.
is to call balls and strikes and kind of help the folks
Okay.
out. Now, in a low-density residential area like you're in,
Okay.
okay, it only allows for one dwelling per parcel, okay? So if you combine that parcel, the city would prevent you from building a secondary dwelling on it. So just something to chew on now.
Okay.
So if we weren't, being aware of what was going on, and even
Right.
asking you what your
Right.
plans were, what you want to do is perfectly fine. There's
Okay.
nothing that, the state of Florida only says that if a property abuts, that it can be combined, especially when you review the original plat, that you have so many times that they can be split. In this particular case, no problems, okay? But just as a caution to you, so you live on Terry Lane, beautiful
Correct.
place there, by the way.
Thank you.
And you want to combine it to that property that's in back of it right
In the
there.
back, right.
You can do that, but if you combine those properties, you can't build another dwelling on it because of the district you're in. In Parker, we have 4 or 5 different districts, okay? We have our low-density residential areas, and those are single dwellings only, okay? And then we have our MU1 and MU2, those are multiple use districts, where you can have multiple dwellings on those. But just as a caution to you, maybe you want to think this through, or maybe kind of reanalyze how you want to deal with it. If you combine the properties, these guys can vote that you can,
Okay.
and city council will tell you you can too. But in the future, if you wanted to build another, you're causing an issue for yourself. So I'm just trying to help you with that, because
So
you
if-
might,
And I appreciate that, Mark,
Yeah, yeah.
so much. So if I was to, say, want to add to my home, and it's somewhat like a mother-in-law suite to the rear of it, you're saying that's not doable if the property is combined?
if it's joined to your house, it's
Uh-huh.
considered one
So it would be
structure.
one, okay.
If you were looking at the secondary piece of property, which is in back of you
Uh-huh.
and has its own road, and it was gonna be a separate dwelling, the lawmakers in our city have said low-density residential areas can only have one dwelling.
And we're in a low-density dwelling.
Yes, ma'am, you're in a residential, low-density residential dwelling. And it's everything we did when we rewrote the land development rules was to protect our neighbors and the people that were there. So imagine your beautiful home, and it looks like a beautiful home. Imagine somebody was gonna build like an apartment building next to you. They couldn't do that because it would actually detract from your home.
Right.
So that's why that law is in place. So if it is a low-density residential area, and right now you've got separation of the properties, and I get it, if I just wanted to build like an extra garage or something out there, I'd do that, okay? Because now you've got more land, and you know, in a low-density residential area, you could have up to 0.4% impervious area. So maybe you needed it because you didn't want to go, blow through that threshold of the impervious area. The issue is, if you combine that property, we can do it, but I don't want you to be harmed by that if your intent is to then build a mother-in-law suite out there, unless it's attached to your home. If it's attached to your home, no
Then
problem.
we'll be able to
And it's hard to undo that, correct?
Right.
It's hard to
It's
undo
hard
the
to undo it,
split.
right.
undo the split
When you,
once we.
yeah, once you put it together. Do I
And-
remember there was like a 10-year, or is there some?
I'd have to ask John. I don't know what the limitation of that would be.
I thought I remembered something
I
about.
do know that they
Tim had said
split it all the
something before.
time, but I think what you might be remembering is once you start with a like a major parcel, okay,
Right.
what they call the parent parcel.
Right.
The county only allows you to split it so many times, okay?
But if you combine, you can go back and,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
And I thank you
You
guys
need-
for the education and knowledge too, because what we're really trying to do, of course, now for the future, for
Yes, ma'am.
present time,
Right.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
want, the carport or to build
Yeah.
a garage, or pretty much for the golf cart.
Yeah.
We wanna
Yeah.
put a house there.
Now here's an alternative to you, okay? You got a lot of land there. I mean, it looks like the land that you're looking to combine is about a quarter acre, and then the land you're on is over a third of an acre, is that right?
Yes.
So you're not violating any density rules right now or minimum size rules. What you could do is you could systematically take a piece of that land, okay, this is just me talking now,
please.
okay? You could, if you wanted to build, for example,
A little
a
storage
carport,
shed, a little
a shed or
carport,
something like
right.
that, and you needed the extra land, you could maybe take a piece of that land. Now, you don't want that land to get less than 0.2 acres in size, the land that you're acquiring,
right.
because then you're essentially creating an unbuildable lot. Because there's a density rule that says that you can have no more than five dwellings per acre.
Okay.
So if you take an acre, and an acre is 43,560 square feet, so what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that whatever you split that land into, you don't make it smaller than 0.2, because you don't wanna make an unbuildable lot. That way though, so if you take it right up to that 0.2 acres, you'll still have a buildable lot, and then it may give you the extra space you need in order to.
And what I think we've already done, and that's why we didn't wanna get into any code,
Yes, ma'am.
violation.
Yes, ma'am.
Because apparently, he did come around, is because we have a shed that's right on the tip of that lot. Can you see, is it on there?
And you
See.
can't have a
And
secondary
see, and
dwelling.
we can't have
You
that
can't
unless we
have that
combine the
undeveloped
dwelling,
lot.
so now, for the present, I guess we do need to combine it, so we're not,
Oh, I see
in
what you're talking
violation.
about. So
Yes.
you're talking about that little white shed that's
Yes.
right at the
Right.
back of your
Right.
property. Okay,
So-
yeah,
Right.
that's another rule in Parker, and the rule in Parker is that you have to have a principal dwelling on your property in order to have an accessory structure. And again, that's about beautification of Parker and trying to make it a better place for
but
everybody
I
to
promise you, we're
live.
keeping it beautiful. It looks,
It looks
Oh,
like
I can
it's
tell.
lovely
That-
back there. I promise you, we
Miss
worked real
Lucas,
hard on
I
it.
can tell, it's a beautiful home.
We worked real hard on it.
Got a beautiful
So-
pool there and everything, a circular driveway, it's beautiful.
So
Thanks
for the
improving
present, I
neighborhood.
guess to make sure we're in compliance, I guess that's why we need to combine the lot.
We
Just so
we can absolutely do that, because there's nothing that would prevent us from doing that.
But I don't wanna
Mark, to your point, if they leave at least the point two.
Point two.
On the far side.
Yes.
And just bring enough to have that shed be included in their lot.
Closer to the
In other
lot.
words, don't do the whole thing,
Right.
but leave enough that you don't include, that you
Yeah.
can later build on it.
It looks like they have a
Okay.
now, the lot that they're trying to combine into is only .229, so they'd have to be careful.
Right.
And just divide it so that a buildable lot remains of
Okay.
the .2, otherwise we get into the density rule issue. So, Mr. Lucas, that,
Here's what I'm looking at, Mr.
Yes,
Briggs.
sir.
I'm gonna put the mother-in-law suite on there within the next 12 months.
okay.
I would like to.
I would like to do that.
But yeah, that's what we said. We would
within the next
like
12
to.
months.
Which person would like to do that?
I'm gonna say I
So
would.
Mom,
I know, tell me about it.
Mom
Right.
doesn't wanna live in the shed, that's what you're
Right,
saying.
right.
So I gotta get this thing built within the year.
Okay.
Alright, so right now I'm in a situation of, okay, the money's in the bank, that's fine, but I need to figure out which direction it's gonna go. I have an idea on how large it's gonna be based on the budget. And I don't know whether it's gonna face North Lakewood or whether it's gonna face,
Well, it won't matter if it's attached to your principal residence.
if I build a walkway from my principal home to the mother-in-law suite.
It's considered a, yeah.
I don't wanna do that.
Yeah.
I like to have it separate, like what you're saying, which means don't separate the lots right now. But if I don't separate the lots right now, I'm gonna have code enforcement coming over and saying I'm putting stuff on a vacant lot.
Because we can't have in other words, that shed
It's either
will
one or the
not,
other.
shouldn't
So that's
be
why I
there
came to
before the
combine them,
dwelling.
To say, hey, if you combine them, you can't say it's a vacant lot. But
Yeah.
if I leave it separate, code enforcement's coming around the corner and wanting to give me a violation.
And
because-
that's right on the property line right there,
Yes.
right? My and that's not a movable shed,
No.
it's got a foundation or something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
My recommendation would be to just slice that piece, if you wanna keep that shed, and you don't wanna rebuild it
Oh,
like
definitely not
on your,
getting rid of that.
you wanna keep the shed, then my recommendation would be to go ahead and just take a slice of that property, so that you leave that, the property that's on, is it Terry Lane?
Lakewood.
Terry-
Lakewood.
Leave Lakewood.
The main property is on Terry Lane,
Right.
and the vacant lot is on
Lakewood.
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 Yes.
I would then leave it as a buildable lot so that you could build that separate, it would be a separate dwelling,
Correct.
not connected to your property, but just so that we don't, cause a unintended consequence for you, you gotta, I don't think that shed's probably taken up, a little bit. I would just take a slice of that property, off the back there, leave the property that's on Lakewood at least .2 acres, so it's a buildable lot.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can build the mother-in-law suite, and then that way, and then the other thing, you could do is, inform Ingrid and also Randy, who is in code enforcement,
Right.
what your intentions are, and, get them to get off the,
Now, there'd be a minimum size for what he'd have to build.
What we would build on the .2.
Yeah.
well,
On the other lot, there'd be a minimum size.
yeah, it's got a,
On
tiny,
that 900 square foot.
yeah, it's actually,
Well, didn't it?
the rules right now just disallow what they call tiny homes. And a tiny home is considered anything 400 square feet or smaller. So ultimately, it would be something larger than that would be acceptable.
Yes, yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking to go more.
So
much
right
bigger.
now, would we need to go ahead and get a survey done so we can block or take a tiny piece and add it to the
Yeah,
Terry Lane
and
address?
I would recommend you do
Get this-
that, because if you wanna keep that, that shed, you wanna add that to your property, that's on the Terry Lane.
Right.
And then leave yourself a buildable lot, and just tell him what you're wanting to do.
Okay.
And he probably knows, being a surveyor, if he's an accredited surveyor, he's gonna know what the rules of the city of Parker are, or have him check with Kevin Boyd. But they'll tell you the same thing I am. In order for it to be a buildable lot, it's gotta be .2 acres. You have a little bit more than that there. So, I would do that. I would go ahead and slice the piece off that's, where the shed is. That way,
That way we can, okay. Well, see,
Now, here's the other thing. You're gonna build this for your mother-in-law, right?
Yes.
Why don't you just come in and tell him you're building a dwelling there
Uh-huh.
and save yourself all of this. Huh?
We told Rain.
Okay, but you told him in a year you're building a principal residence there?
Pretty much, yes. Uh-huh.
He told me I still have to come here.
Okay, all right. Well, we have our
Maybe you
city
go back
clerk
and
here.
remind him. Maybe you can go back and
Well,
remind him.
well, we have our city clerk here, and to save you guys some headaches, we do provide, there are people who are building structures, and we can allow all Conex boxes and all kinds of things on the property during construction. So, Mr. Lucas, you're gonna build a principal dwelling on that property in the next year.
Yes.
I think what we need to do is just
It's gonna
have a
look just like
discussion
my
with the
house.
mayor, tell them that this is what the
Mini-me
intention
right
is.
there in the back.
And that way they don't have to go
My
through
mother-in-law.
the issue of dividing a piece of property and all of that.
Would they need to potentially go ahead and file the application for a deed?
Yeah,
So-
that's a really good idea.
Okay.
How long do they have after the development order application
Don't
is?
hold me to it, I think it's a year.
It's a year, okay, so.
We
I
can
believe
confirm
it's
all the
6
things.
months, actually.
6 months, okay,
I've-
thank you.
And then the clerk has the opportunity to extend it.
There
right?
are circumstances in which it can be extended. I couldn't tell you
Okay.
off the top of my head, but I did see 6 months fairly recently.
Thank you, John. I think that is right. So, once a development order is filed, and it's gonna be a minor development because it's a single-family dwelling, and Ingrid and also,
Randy.
Kevin
Kevin,
handles that.
okay.
And I think what I would do is I would probably, saving these people some heartache. This understood, they're gonna build a principal residence on there, prevent us from having to slice and dice the property, and to me, that just seems like the
Yes,
appropriate thing.
thank you. I mean, cause
I-
yeah, I just wanna be, we wanna
You gotta
be
be
in
upfront, clear,
compliance.
let everybody know what we're
Absolutely
doing.
appreciate
Wanna
that,
be in
yeah,
compliance.
yeah.
We don't wanna,
Yeah.
break the
Surveys.
rules.
I mean, that
$200.
really seems to be the
Pretty expensive.
the most expensive,
Yes, it is.
the least expensive
Least
thing to
basic
do,
route.
and that way we're not, and that way, we maintain uniformity, along, that other
Lakewood.
road there, the
Lakewood.
Lakewood
Uh-huh.
Drive area there in terms of lot sizes and everything. And, as long as you're sure you're gonna build that in the next year, I think the mayor would probably say, hey, that makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
I can't completely read his
Right,
mind,
right.
but I think what you're trying to make the city nicer. You're trying to
assure you,
comply,
yes.
and I think, that's
Right.
certainly appreciated.
That's exactly-
And I definitely, I didn't wanna, with us putting the shed there,
Yeah.
I just didn't wanna be out of compliance
Yeah,
but I know the shed shouldn't be there if there's not a dwelling there.
yeah.
And the dwelling should have been there first before the shed.
Yeah.
So,
But there are provisions where you can build, for example, a structure in order to aid the building of the principal residence. Builders do that all the time. They say, look, theft is an issue. Guys will bring in $5,000 worth of lumber and the next day come back to two 2x4s left.
Right.
And so they're building structures in order to then build the dwellings. And it may not be in the form of a shed, but it might
Right,
be in the
but it-
form of a temporary Conex box or
Conex
something
box.
like that. And we do allow for that. So I think what I would do is I would identify that you're gonna use that to store tools while that principal dwelling, and that's what you're gonna do.
That's right.
And then Ingrid's heard everything, as
Okay.
part of this conversation. Any of the commissioners have any additional thoughts? I'm off base here, I'm just trying to help these folks out.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
it's
solution.
been very
Yeah.
insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Very insightful.
We have to get it
so-
through, we are advisory only.
Good.
But
I
they
understand
tend to,
it.
we tend to be the nuts and bolts guys that know the rules, and so they tend to listen to us. John, am I missing anything that, maybe needs to be brought up, or is this a good solution?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I guess I was thinking that when you were discussing that they would need a survey generally, if not for us to split partially, they would need it for the property appraiser to,
I got you.
fulfill that split, so.
Even if partially do it, you have to pay $1,500 to get the survey done just to include my shed.
Yeah,
And then I'm just like, okay, I did that now, you
There's no
spend
reason
that money
for that.
fast. No
Yeah.
reason, in my mind, it was like, that's just a waste of money, waste of money, waste of
The-
money, just to include
the only
this
reason
shed
that
for
it-
1 year that I'm gonna put
Yeah.
the house on. Now I gotta get another survey done, and,
the only reason that wouldn't make sense is if you had a really, really bad relationship with your mother-in-law. You're moving in, and she didn't, then allow you to access your shed afterwards. She could say, hey, that's my property.
It's a good relationship, and, just get a
somebody is
name,
gonna go in there, okay? Because I got an 18, 19-year-old that just graduated.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure out what he wants to do. So I don't know. I might need to kick him out too.
Yeah.
So Ingrid, we do need to do a application. You're saying? Okay.
Yeah,
Where do I
I-
get that from? Where do I get it? The
You can
app-
come back in here. and
Oh,
get it.
okay, perfect.
I got a meeting with the mayor on Thursday. I'll bring this up with him, and I know Ingrid will probably see him tomorrow. But I can't imagine them not thinking this is the right pathway to take, especially since you're building another structure and another dwelling and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
guys.
appreciate
Very
it. Appreciate you
insightful.
guys.
Very.
Very, very valuable. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Good luck, folks.
Very good. Okay, and now we have U-Haul. And I guess we'll want to, very good.
He's
So-
just my bodyguard.
Okay, outstanding. I think we all wish we had somebody like him to bodyguard us. So it looks like we got an existing structure there right now. You want to start by giving us a
Sure.
summary?
Sure, my name is Chad Rum, I'm with U-Haul. This is the former Hickory Plaza located at 360 Tyndall Parkway. We're seeking approval to add many storage units out front, and hoping that we get a favorable recommendation.
Very good. Very good. And I think we got the pictures of what that's gonna look like, Chad. Very good. So that existing, so that building right there is actually much bigger, right? That goes into another, storage facility. I mean, the existing building that I guess you'd be considering, that goes into that's attached to another larger structure that's, did I see?
The
what-
existing was the Hickory Plaza. So
Okay.
we would actually be putting the mini warehouses in the front of that building.
In the
Okay.
parking
In the
lot.
parking lot.
Yes, ma'am,
correct.
yes, sir.
Very good, very good.
It looks like one row of parking where Old Mexico is would remain.
Yes,
And then I would assume people using the smaller buildings would motor through and between to load whatever they're loading or unloading. And
Yes,
goes
ma'am.
Straight in. So really, no other parking would be needed because folks wouldn't be parking and then leaving their vehicles
Correct.
to go to the storage, okay.
So, okay, so the existing building is facing Tyndall Parkway.
yes, sir.
And then the buildings B through G would be in front of that building and between Tyndall Parkway, right?
Yes, sir.
And then Chad, what am I looking at here? What's, and we have a micro, page here.
I'm looking at a
Yeah.
micro too.
You can't really read much of it.
What is the, what is that it's not the road, is that foliage or fencing, or what is that out in
That's
front of
landscaping.
the building? It's landscaping, okay,
Yep.
very good, very good.
But this, I brought in.
Oh, outstanding,
There you go.
perfect.
If this would help out.
Oh, yes, absolutely, thank you very much. Let's see here, are these all the same? Okay.
Just gonna look at these here.
Oh, this is, okay, very good,
So Old Mexico is here.
okay, very good,
This is the same that we have in here?
Taco Bell.
Yes, sir.
is there.
okay.
So he said this is landscaping and then Tyndall.
Very nice. And, okay, and you guys know that this is CRA, Community Redevelopment Area 3, right? And what that means is just that when you build something like this in that area, it's supposed to be nice.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you know, so they want like wider walkways and they want fantail driveways, and they're looking for downward facing lighting, and they're looking for, one of the things that I think in the CRA, would all those buildings right now, is it anticipated they would all be the same, like kind of boxy looking things, or what would they be?
Yes, pre-engineered metal buildings.
And would they sit on the asphalt, or
Yes,
would they
sir.
have?
Yes.
Okay, so,
And
so,
they're-
Yes,
so,
they're anchored.
so they're anchored to the asphalt, okay,
Yes, I think it's on the last page, it shows you the anchor that we use.
Okay.
To meet the weight of those.
okay. So anchored to
I believe
the
we're at
asphalt.
140
I see,
for our wind rating.
okay. But they're gonna look like buildings, right?
Yes, sir.
And they're gonna be leveled off, just not have like a concrete, or concrete foundation, right?
Correct.
So they're not gonna look like Conex boxes or anything like
No,
that?
sir, no.
Okay. One thing I do wanna make sure you're aware of.
Do you have a picture of what they look like?
You know, I don't think that they, we didn't submit any elevations. Is that required for the city council as well, or?
They're gonna wanna know, it will be, and let me tell you why. If you look at, our attorney, got that area approved to be a CRA Area 3, like
Okay.
2007 or 6 or 8 or something like that.
Beautification area.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and let me just make you aware of it. We can get you a page of this here.
Our other facility on 15th Street is like a gateway overlay, they called it over there. The
Overlay
beautification-
district,
Yes,
yeah,
beautification.
that's exactly right. So here's what it says. This is CRA Area 3. So under building architectural style, variations, and this is what they're looking for. Variations in roof line, facade, and depth should be provided. So if you're thinking of just doing like boxy, they would frown on that. They would want something to, different roof lines, they specifically ask for variations in roof line. And this is in our comprehensive plan. So when we went to the state of Florida and said, we're gonna have areas 1, 2, and 3 for community redevelopment areas, and this is sort of a beautification mechanism for the city. Generally, it's designed to undo squalor, make the city a little bit nicer. This is what they wrote, A through F, and I'll give you a copy of this if you want. But it's variations in roof line, facade, and depth should be provided, okay? And then under pedestrian mobility, provide sidewalks parallel to the public rights-of-way across the entirety of the property frontage. And then parking, interesting enough, we do not have in our land development rules parking requirements for storage facilities. And that's probably just an oversight. We didn't think of it. But at the end of the day, I think it looks to me like you're gonna have about 24 spots or something.
Yes, sir.
And then people will generally pull right up to their area.
Correct.
So,
It's gonna be 25 feet between them. I think that's what I read.
I think it's either 25 or 30, I think, in between.
yeah.
Now these, that's why I pulled up and it says U-Haul storage. Is that fairly accurate?
It is 30
A
feet
little bit
between.
different than that, but yes, like would be like that picture there.
So under that CRA area, I would just ask you to pay attention to the metal garage doors, yeah. Yeah, I would say because it's in a CRA, now this storage facility out here is no longer in a CRA, and
Avid?
Yeah, the one that's out over here, Avid Storage, they're past CRA Area 1, but you guys unfortunately are in a CRA, and so the council is going to ask you to build to these standards.
Some architectural differences on the front side, on the street
Yeah,
side.
and
some brick
if you'd
facades.
like, it's in our land development rules, it's page 4-27. Now, these aren't all that tough to do. They're just trying to look for a little, the block storage, they look too much just like storage areas.
Sure, understood.
And if you look at some of the new developments that went in, like Seven Brew or something like that, I mean, they put in like cobblestone and down, downward facing lighting, and even this Avid Storage did the same thing. At night, that building's beautiful, with the downward facing lighting and the fantail
We do
driveways.
the same thing. We don't
Yeah.
try to be bad neighbors.
Oh, no.
Our lights on the building,
Right.
they all come down. There is residential out there in the
Yeah.
area, so we have downward facing lights, and
Gotcha.
we like to bring in a little bit of light to keep the elements safe in the
Yes, sir.
evening.
Oh, yes.
So-
And of course, there's other things too, like, not interfering with the vision triangle being right there. Now, that is a 60-foot right-of-way out there, but where you guys are at, right? So, the 60-foot right-of-way is so that's 4 lanes out there, Tyndall
Yes, sir.
Parkway. And the middle of the lanes closest to you is where that 30 feet is measured. So 60 feet's the total distance, and then so you go to the 2 lanes and then 30 feet in. That's the right of way, and then 15, and then the construction can begin 15 feet on the other side of that.
Okay.
So
okay.
just make sure that your architects
That
are
our setbacks
aware
are
of-
right, okay.
Setbacks are right. Now, you stated it properly in the information I reviewed, and we reviewed, but just make sure you know that that is a 60-foot right-of-way. That is that's a state road.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then streetscape and landscape. The streetscape will be encouraged to include wider sidewalks, street trees, so I see the foliage. So street trees, median plantings, and landscape buffers of the parking lots. And that's generally designed so that the parking area, so that other buildings, other businesses that are out there, you know, are somewhat shielded from that. But, I mean, it looks to me like the project is gonna be a neat project, and the really good news is that it's a commercial area, so everything you want to do there is fine, but I think when it comes to council, just to benefit you fellas, they're gonna refer to this,
Okay.
and they're gonna ask for, you know, differences in roof heights, just so they don't look.
It's hard to make
boxy.
storage buildings not look like storage buildings.
Yeah, but
That's about what you have to do.
yeah.
I've seen some of them with like brick facades, like on the
Right.
very front part, you know, that's
Right.
facing the road, or maybe even like murals. Is that something that they could even look at to maybe make it look better?
It's a good idea. I think really what I'm doing right now, though, Kyle, is just sticking to, again, we just call the balls and the strikes
Right,
here and kind of help
right.
out. So our job is to kind of tell you what the rules are and then maybe offer some recommendations about it. So I know building architectural style, that variations in roof line, that's going to be an issue because of the, you know, because of the blocky nature of it. And however you do that, it's okay, as long as you have variations in what that looks like. And then again, the sidewalks, the fantail driveways, the streetscapes and the landscape. I think if you get to those pieces right there, I think we're good.
Is it
We'll
gonna
have
be
some visual.
fenced?
I'm sorry?
Is it gonna be fenced?
It is not, no.
And they can actually, the barriers, Terry, allow for either foliage or fencing, and they're doing, that strip right there is gonna be foliage, that green space right there.
What I'm thinking right now, I used to hire a guy to come and help me.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, he was living in a storage unit.
We don't promote that.
We don't, well, they didn't allow it either, but he did it. You know, because there was nobody there at night.
Yeah, it's illegal now in Florida and Alabama to do that.
That doesn't matter. So. Believe me, it doesn't matter.
Can-
But
Can we
I
get
have a question, actually. I was wondering about this existing building. Is that vacant?
Yes, yeah.
Is it going to remain vacant?
No, we're actually gonna build that out. We actually need the buildings out front to make the project work.
Okay.
So that building was obliterated, during Hurricane Michael in 2018.
Right.
So it's an adaptive reuse project, so we're using the
Correct.
existing
Seafood,
structure. It's
they're
pretty
thinking
much
about
totally
down by the
gutted.
water.
And we'll be building storage inside that structure and a small retail space.
So you
We're
have-
permitted in that building already.
Yeah, so we're permitted there, but the math doesn't make sense unless we can get the mini
Okay.
storage out front, or
So,
we have to
so
abandon the
the
project.
mini storage out front will remain after the inside has been
Yes,
refitted?
sir.
It's permanent,
It'll be
yes,
all-
sir.
It
Yes,
is
sir.
all
Yes, sir.
permanent, yes, sir.
Okay, and then the front part, I'm assuming, is probably going to be constructed before the building is finished, the build out of the building
I think we
is
do it in
finished.
conjunction.
Okay.
Well, there's nothing in that commercial area that says you can't do this project. It's how you go about doing it that really is, and we really just want to make sure that, would you guys like a copy of that page of the
That'd be
CRA?
fantastic.
This,
That'd be
and
great.
they're different, because they're CRA 1, 2, and 3, and believe it or not, 3, you're in the easiest one to comply with, so that's good. But,
and 1 and 2, I think that's a no-no, isn't it?
1 and 2 would be a
Storage.
little bit more tough for them. So if you'll do, could you get, yeah, I think that's just, that one's gonna be fine. Thank you very much. So, you know, at the end of the day, as long as the building meets those requirements, you can move forward with it. But the council is going to go ahead and hold you to the CRA standards, only because, believe it or not, the state of Florida penalizes the municipality if we do something like create a district and say what that district has to be, and then sway from that. Because they say, whatever you do, you have home rule law. You have the ability to go ahead and set the laws. But once you tell us what it's gonna be and then you put it in your comprehensive plan, you gotta stick to it.
Sure.
So, and that's actually in section 163 of the state code. So we have to protect our municipality. But we also want to protect the citizens, and we want to protect our business owners, and we appreciate you guys are there, understand that.
We appreciate you. I don't think we've ever been before a planning commission that has been this helpful to everybody. I
Oh,
mean,
that's
it's
nice.
Pretty pleasant.
Thanks very much. And they'll have to increase our pay. Actually, no, we're all volunteers. None of us are compensated. But anyway, if you follow those rules, then you'll be on top of it. And like I say, this is CRA Area 3, the easiest one to comply with. And that first one about building architectural style, facade and depth, and then the sidewalks, and then the streetscape and landscape, and I think we're golden, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Is city council as pleasant as y'all?
Probably more so. You just happen to catch Ann on a good day.
Just has to be first on the agenda, right?
You want to leave this with us, and then
Sure.
Because I'm going to leave this with our city clerk.
Okay.
And then she has copied the minutes. So when you do come before the council members, you might want to just talk to them about how, you know, you're in the CRA District 3 and how you'll structure, you know, the buildings so that they comply to whatever those CRA requirements are,
Okay.
and then go on from there.
They'll
So
wanna see the elevations, like
they'll want
what
to
we're
see.
looking at doing?
Yeah, they'll want to see
More
they'll
visual?
want to see the elevations, yeah,
Okay.
because that will directly show them, you know, what those roof lines are going to look like and everything. But I mean, you're in a commercial area, so you can actually take up to 90% of impervious land. You're well below that, and you know, it's a business that is accepted in that area. And the one benefit you have is that they may dictate parking, but parking's not in the rules. And being that you're a business that people, you know, probably visit their storage facilities once every month or two, and so you're just not going to have that kind of traffic in there. So I looked in the parking requirements here. I think it was in section 5, and tried to even find something that was close to storage, and there's nothing there. It's all just about commercial space, and then they identify restaurants, you know, retail, things of that nature. You guys aren't close to any of that stuff, so as long as there's enough parking for your patrons, the less parking in Florida probably the better, because parking does have to be on a hard surface, and what that means is more impervious area, and that's not good. So, yes, ma'am, please.
Do we cause any harm to Old Mexico, the establishment that's there? Are we taking away too much parking for them that is needed to meet their criteria?
I think these fellows own all the
okay.
land that they're gonna build their buildings
Okay.
on.
All
So, and I don't think there's any community property over there where the people share.
Got it.
There might be one spot, and that might be the,
They've actually
the
been
Publix parking lot.
sawhorses
I think Old
designating.
Mexico is
I put
closed,
those
isn't
up
it?
because we have a problem with the semis trying to park in there after hours and over the weekends and
That
all of
makes
that.
sense.
So we have to have so
Okay.
many no parking tow-away zones.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to keep the property safe. If you look on the side of the building, I've put up I had a chain, somebody came by, cut the chain and stole it, and they're parking around back. So now I've got a cable up there, and the cable's still there for right now, but I go by there every couple days to make sure that, you know, we've got the lights on, trying to keep, you know, once you turn the lights on, the rats scatter. So, we're doing everything that we can at this point to
Okay.
keep it safe, and you know, Old Mexico over there, they love us because we got the
Good.
lights turned on, so now their property is lit up too,
Very
and
good.
yeah.
Well, so that this could move along, I'm gonna and as you know, the chair cannot make a motion. But if I were to make a motion, it would sound something like this, that we would either approve, deny or approve with conditions the movement of this project based on the council reviewing the rules regarding CRA Area 3 and the structures meeting those requirements.
You got it.
Mark, I
Yes.
guess one last thing. I know that you said, and I agree, I actually looked at this earlier today, that there is no applicable parking requirement to this type of development, but I believe that at least at some point in the past, this was a shopping center, which does have a parking requirement, and I don't think that that should be applicable to the business that you're putting in here, the development that you're doing, but there might be some sort of need for clarification on what parking requirement should apply, because I don't think that you would meet the shopping center requirement, but I also don't think that you would necessarily require the shopping center requirement, which is 2 spots per 1,000 square foot, up to.
And they wouldn't need that.
Right, so.
What about changing the occupancy?
Yeah, 'cause our actual retail space is less than 2,500 square feet, so we'd need 5 spaces.
Yeah,
on
if,
that.
if that's, yes, retail is,
Right. I'm not trying to create a
yeah,
problem where there
yeah.
isn't one. I just don't want there to be,
We
you
could
know,
put-
for there to be a problem down the road because you didn't ask the question now, and I don't have the answer to the question that I'm asking, which is what
It's a good
parking,
call out though, John. So I think what I'll do is add to the motion, or have one of the commissioners add to the motion, that the parking requirement be reviewed and agreed to by, you know, the council members as well as, you know, the folks who are conducting the project here. Because it's not in the plans. However, we have approved these sorts of projects in the past, and we do recognize that in Florida especially, you know, the least amount of parking, the better, because of the flooding issues. And, you know, as long as there's enough parking spaces in order to handle the volume of people that would be reasonably expected to be at this business at any one time, then, you know, that's appropriate.
Looks
So,
like there's plenty.
yeah. So, let me write that down, because we did a lot of speaking. So, okay, so number one, motion. Okay, so number 1 would be CRA item number 3 provisions be met. Okay. Number 2 was parking, right?
which I
That
guess parking requirement would apply.
parking requirements be agreed to.
So your plans for this, are you redoing this entire building, this
Yes,
whole-
ma'am, that will pretty much all be storage. It's about 50,000 square feet.
So it'll be some indoor climate control?
You got it,
and,
yes, ma'am. And then a
your
small retail space, like
Gotcha.
1,200 to 2,500 square feet.
Okay.
Okay, so I think what this would be then would be a motion to approve with conditions, right? And then the conditions would be that the buildings and the structures and the parking area be compliant with CRA number 3, right? Those provisions be met, and that the parking requirements be agreed to by U-Haul and council members.
Okay.
Am I missing anything? Okay. U-Haul. Anybody want to try that motion? Because we have to officially get it on the board.
I nominate Kyle.
Okay, read that one more time. 'Cause I was trying to write that down because I knew y'all were gonna do that.
Well, it's relatively
conspiring
straightforward,
against
that the motion to approve with conditions, those conditions being that U-Haul essentially meet the building and the space requirements relating to CRA Area 3, okay, that those provisions be met, and that the parking requirements be agreed to by U-Haul and City Council due to the uniqueness of their business.
All
So,
right.
very good.
Let's take a whack at this. So I make a motion that we approve this with building space requirements and the space requirements to comply with CRA Area 3, and that the parking requirements be discussed and agreed upon by the city council and you all.
And I would probably, the one thing I would change, Kyle, would
Okay.
be to approve with those conditions.
And to be approved with those
Yeah, because we have
conditions.
three options: approve with conditions,
Yeah.
or deny. And I mean, their business is fully acceptable in that area. So I think we want to approve it with conditions, because the plans we've seen
Sure.
don't show the CRA provisions in
Yeah.
place. I mean, you have the foliage and a bunch of other things in place, so that's what I think we should do.
All right.
Approve with conditions. So you want to
Approved.
restate it? Approve with
Okay.
conditions.
I make a motion, or make a, that with the approved conditions,
With
that
conditions.
with conditions that as long as it applies, the building and space requirements comply with CRA area, and the parking requirements have been discussed and approved between U-Haul and the city council, that we approve this.
Okay, that's good. Can I get a second, please?
I'll second.
Okay, very good. Can I get a vote, Madam Clerk?
Absolutely. Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
Ms. Powering?
Yes.
Mr. Stryker?
Yeah.
Chairman Regan?
Yes, and thank you, gentlemen, for helping the city become
Thank you so
better
much.
and being such a big part of our commerce here. Thank you,
Fantastic.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just have one more thing on the agenda, then I'll go through. As you know, generally every July, the chairman keeps that role for 1 year. We missed it because we didn't have a meeting last month due to vacations and lack of other projects that needed review. So each and every one of you, including Captain Hall, certainly could be the chair. I'm happy to do it for another year, but only provided that I have your confidence to do so. But I'd like you to consider others as well. Yes, sir, please.
I'd be honored to make a motion that Mark Reagan be our chair.
I will
Very
second
good,
that.
very good. Madam Clerk, can I get a vote, please?
Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
Ms. Powering?
Yes, please.
Mr. Stryker?
Yes.
And Chairman Regan, do you vote
Sure,
on this?
heck yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Can I
Terry.
say, hell yes?
Yeah. Can we vote on behalf?
Yeah.
Terry, anything that you'd like to discuss with the
No.
commissioners?
No.
Very good. Ann, how about yourself?
All good. Learn something every time.
Ingrid, how about you? Do you have anything you'd like to let us know? Any notations, any warnings, anything we got coming up?
I think not. Good job in getting your ethics stuff done.
Oh, good job.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
have one. My apostrophe's still on that side.
I know.
Very
I
good.
saw it. I saw my notes. the other day.
John, anything that you'd like
Something we
to
can fix
discuss?
with
Kyle,
Kyle.
anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies
I
and
just don't
gentlemen,
wanna
thank
go
you
to
again
jail.
for your interest in the city and what we do here. I'm going to go ahead and